One of the fiercest and at times most controversial rivalries in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had a share of fights. It's had a share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. But to most, something about it still feels holy. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Utes will boot it away to start the game. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. So BYU's offense will get first crack at it today. Utah has been wielding bragging rights after blowing out the Cougars the last time they met.
Yeah, last year was Utah making the big plays offensively. Defensively, they put the clamps down, David. Can they put a complete game together again?
And BYU making the mistakes. They don't usually make mistakes now in a big rivalry game. Can they be more physical and go meet that Utah challenge?
Not much there. He gets one to the 11.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw. It's Hillstead. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball support.
He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Utah Utes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Utah!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They go to the ground. There he goes. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Hillstead. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
To the ground with the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They're setting up the screen. He stopped short of the sticks. They tried to pick it up with a screen, but they'll be facing a 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Give to the single back.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The play action fake. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Powers through the defender. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic, and every year, David, it's an incredible football.
And I love what Reese said, too, though. They've changed conferences. They've been independent. Whatever it takes, they want to play each other because they want the bragging rights.
He's taking the shot. Grabs it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Back to throw. It's Nelson. Flushed out of the pocket. He just threw it away. I get not wanting to throw an interception, but you think he might want to keep that play alive. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. And the Cougars backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment.
And he ends up taking a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The Utes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The short hands, it's Tuggle. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself, estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. A 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Back to pass, it's Nelson. Caught near the sticks, it's Andrews. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Line is set on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Turns it loose. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
4th down and 13, and the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Fires to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Dropping back, it's Hillstead. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal touchdown. Offense.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll pull them back to within 6.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Gets the back moving. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Scanning the field, it's Nelson. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Utes will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's up. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking downfield, it's Nelson. Working that left side now. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Utes with the 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
He wants to take the top off. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments.
BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Gonna run it. It's hard. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Utes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They punt it away on fourth down. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Turning it on! Got the first down and more. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. through the air. It's Hillstead. Bringing the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Caught in the backfield. It's Phillips. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to set up the screen. Almost popped free on the screen, but he'll be stopped short of the line to gain. It's 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Let's see what he can do with it. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Off play action on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. And the Utes will line it up on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Running back searching for a hole. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Trying to barrel in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Here comes the 2-point try. Back to throw, it's Nelson. Here's the pressure. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. They took it 68 yards on that drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll leave it with him. And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the fourth. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
To the air, it's Hillstead. Here's the heat. Hit as he throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Phillips. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. BYU right back to the line. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down.
Breaks into the open. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the 4th quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got his man quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one.
Touchdown, Cougars. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. Just felt it a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He uncorks one deep. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
You talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
The give on the inside. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand where I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this rep.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Washington. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Sends it back in motion. Just trying to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Setting up the screen. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Nelson. Got enough space. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
How about that critical moment in the fourth quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the fourth quarter by this quarterback.
With the run on 1st and goal. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. They can move that thing 1 yard here. That'll probably wrap this baby up. He'll do it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Utah!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Hillstead. It's complete on the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. The hands team able to secure that football, and with that, should have secured a victory.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. They'll try to get the first through the air. He slings it deep to the left.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? 4th down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, baby.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
Takes a hit as he fires.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not.
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Nelson. And down he goes. Not sure about putting your quarterback in harm's way there, but that's going to do it. And we're certainly feeling the spirit in this edition of the Holy War, and it is the Utes who take the crown in this one. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.